Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today. That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable. Ah.
In Aztec culture, the heart was believed to be a fragment of the sun's heat, a small fraction of the sun god's power that waged a constant battle against the forces of chaos and darkness. It was considered an honor for one to have their heart sacrificed to aid the sun god in their celestial war. In cultures around the world, the heart is often recognized for both its physical and spiritual importance. Seen as a vessel for the human soul or a seat of the individual self, the heart plays an important role in legend and folklore. Being such a powerful symbol of love and life, it's not hard to see why creatures that have a hunger for the human heart are often the most feared. Beasts and spirits that not only find the human heart a particularly tasty morsel, but could also twist and turn their victims and drain them of their very souls. This case file joined the theorists as they chill out with some frosty weens and icy vagines in Valentine's Day Creepy Creatures.
Welcome to Alien Theorists Theorizing Case File 176, Valentine's Day Cryptids. I'm your Valentine Braden.
I'm Zeltron.
I'm Dan.
Fuck.
Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose. I gotta stop before we get copyrighted.
Yeah.
I was singing it too perfect.
I gotta do my shirt up now. It's freezing.
That's Andrew taking his shirt off.
Oh, I wasn't all the way off. It's about 8 buttons deep here.
Not yet.
You dare me?
Double dare you.
I had to do mine all the way up. It's too cold. Welcome to the Valentine's Day episode. Well, this is coming out a little bit before Valentine's Day, but close enough. If you are listening to this on Valentine's Day, I'm guessing things have gone amiss. And that's okay. That's totally fine.
Yeah, instead of getting some romance you're listening to
your among friends.
You're listening to your boys talk about blood-sucking, hard-eating monsters instead.
Right, that's what Valentine's Day is all about, right?
Of course.
It's true. That chocolates. You know what they should bring back for adults is just handing out those little cards to everyone like you did in school.
I choose you.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a little
Mighty Morphin
cutout.
Power Ranger Valentine's Day cards.
Those were dope.
You like special ones for your crush. Right? You give these shit cards to everyone, but then you're like, your crush gets like a full fucking envelope card, not one of those little baby cards.
Or you sneak in a secret admirer card into a locker or something.
Dude, you know, that's what I used to do in like elementary school and stuff. I used to, like, when we were handing them out, you'd have those little tiny square cards, and I used to go and buy my crush like a big size Valentine's Day, and I would walk around the class handing all these little guys out, and I'd be like holding this envelope, and then I'd be like, "This one's for you." Want to know how many times that worked for me?
Zero.
Zero. Dude, the batting average on that play, I'm telling you right now, if you're listening to this and you're like picking up, do not do that play. It's 0 for however many years I was in school doing that.
First of all, if you're in school, you probably shouldn't be listening to this. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Turn it off.
It's a bad play. It never once worked. And more so than that, it was embarrassing after the fact for me.
That surprises me because I just didn't know you got embarrassed. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah. Childhood Braden was embarrassed all the time. That's why
Just a
hentai
ball
now.
of walking embarrassment.
Yes. Now I'm immune.
He's built up a resistance
Yeah.
to being embarrassed.
12 years of just straight embarrassment will do that. And then you're just immune to it.
Braden's almost at Aussie level of don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to drink piss off the ground.
Not
Snort
yet.
some
We'll
minutes.
see. We'll see. Never say never, I mean, right? All right, let's get into some Valentine's Day cryptids. Where are we going to start off with this? I'm guessing we're dedicating these ones to monsters and ghouls and demons that have a lust for love or blood or hearts.
Heart-eating, blood-sucking, soul-sucking cryptids.
All right. So the first cryptid we're going to talk about tonight is Zell.
We've talked
Yeah.
about him enough. He's got enough airtime.
Yeah.
We've talked about vampires enough, so we're going to give you a few different ones tonight.
Yes, perhaps a little bit lesser known ones. You have the creature from Danish folklore known as the Val Raven, which I thought this one was pretty rad, pretty metal for Valentine. You know, if you're set on having a very heavy metal Valentine's Day, you probably want to check out this creature.
Well, it's funny. I'm pretty sure there's a band called Val Raven.
There is.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure it's a metal band too.
Dude,
Actually, I don't know that for sure.
If
but
it's not,
when
I'll be disappointed.
It looked like a metal band when I saw the video, and I just went, well, you know me, soft rock only, so I didn't even listen. It's too
Oh,
risky
man.
with a name like Val Raven.
European death metal is fucking awesome.
No.
So this creature seems to be come from the folklore that was recorded back in the late 1800s. So it seems to be a relatively recent creature, but also folklore involving ravens goes way, 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 way back. So I don't think anybody's 100% sure where it comes from, but we have this creature, which is essentially a raven, which are held in high esteem in most, Scandinavian and Danish cultures associated with some of the high gods and things like that. But this a Val Raven essentially is a raven that perhaps came upon the body of a chieftain or a king who had died in battle. And if that body was not somewhat buried or made inaccessible to these creatures, the raven could consume their flesh and especially their heart.
Yep.
And if it gained their heart, it would take their human knowledge and then become something more than a raven, like some sort of like
Super raven.
shape-shifting super raven.
Yeah.
Probably go on to win the Super Bowl multiple times. Now, the folklore holds that this creature, one of the stories that it's most featured in is a story that is, it seems very strangely similar to Rumpelstiltskin. The story kind of goes that a young maiden makes a deal with the Val Raven, promising to give over her firstborn to this creature.
Wait,
which
what?
I don't know why
Hold
you
on,
exactly would do that.
Hold on. I read that in the notes, and now I'm starting to think I don't know what the story of Rumpelstiltskin is.
I don't really either, to be honest.
Did you remember the story of Rumpelstiltskin?
No.
I feel like I purposely blocked it out.
What?
What's
Creepy.
It is a
little
creepy
motherfucker.
story. So the story of Rumpelstiltskin, the maiden, it gets taken by the king, and then like she doesn't want to marry him, but she's, what did she say? She can turn straw to gold, but she can't actually do it. But Rumpelstiltskin,
Which is the one? I thought this was the one where she would fucking had this fucking spinning yarn shit and pricked her finger.
No, that's
No, that's
fucking
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, man.
What?
God damn, dude.
Then what's the one
Wrong
where
with
the
you?
fucking the chick's passed out and the guy comes and kisses her?
Snow
Sleeping
White?
Beauty.
there's two.
Or
Sleeping Beauty and Snow White.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
You're all over the map.
I don't even know if I know what Rumpelstiltskin is then.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I was a
with you
little
probably
I was
fucking don't.
confused when I read that when in your notes, Dan, that said, "Oh, it's similar to Rumpelstiltskin," and I'm like, "Well, I don't understand that at all." But I know
Hold on.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Pause. Braden, tell us the story that you think of Rumpelstiltskin. I want to hear this. Let's hear what you think.
Well, he
the story
just
of
said he thought it
Rumpelstiltskin
was
is.
Sleeping Beauty.
I thought it was this girl, and she like had the sewing wheels, and then there was like a wicked witch that was like,
Named Rumpelstiltskin, the witch.
I actually thought the girl's name was Rumpelstiltskin,
Oh God.
and
Princess Stiltskin.
I don't know honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. But then I thought she was like, if you get pricked, when you're gonna get pricked by a needle and die, like, or go to sleep forever. I guess that sounds a lot like Sleeping Beauty. I didn't think.
Yes, it is.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you anything about Rumpelstiltskin now. I'm so lost.
The Valraven is similar to Rumpelstiltskin, and Dan's going to keep explaining what it is.
I'm in the passenger seat now. I'm here to learn, just like everyone else now at this point.
So, okay, I guess I thought Rumpelstiltskin was kind of universally known. I thought everybody kind of learned that story as a kid. Anyways,
Hold on, Andrew.
Yeah.
Tell me the story of Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpel who?
Rumpelstiltskin? What's the name? What's the name?
Rumpelstiltskin.
It's the lady, the princess, whoever was supposed to, for some reason, she said, or she was supposed to be able to turn yarn into fucking into gold.
Yeah, straw
and
into
she
gold.
couldn't. And she couldn't, so she made a deal with this little troll motherfucker named Rumpelstiltskin. In order, he would turn the whatever into gold, and she would give him her firstborn child. It's from Brothers Grimm or whatever, right?
I don't know if it's exactly from Brothers Grimm, but
It's one of the Grimm
it's a fairly
tales.
old.
And
fairly
it's a
old
weird, creepy
tale.
ass German fucking Belschnickel Rumpelstiltskin story.
I've never heard of it.
The Valraven has a similar story where a young maiden promises to give the Valraven her firstborn. For some reason, I'm pretty sure it explicitly states that it's going to eat it. And then so she gets married, with him, and then gets married to a prince of some sort, and then hands over her firstborn to the Valraven to satiate it, I guess, and make it go away. And then and then in this story, the Valraven consumes the child and then becomes a knight.
Now, like when I was reading into these things, that's like the main story. But like if you just go with like the fandom of these, it doesn't have to be just that story. It can be like any fallen knight in battle can be eaten by a raven and they become one of these Valravens. And yeah,
that's way cooler. That's cool to me. That's not eating babies.
Now, is it maybe even like human flesh that they're eating that they get the powers from?
It states
Could we expand it to
specifically the heart to change into a Valraven, and then a child to turn into a knight. Pretty much.
So it's kind of useless nowadays.
Yeah,
Well,
since we
got to talk. We got a couple people listening from that part of the world. Let's hear some stories of some real Valravens. Got an uncle who was taken.
It's fucked up.
do you have an uncle that was a chieftain or a king and died in battle?
Just fell in
And
battle.
We want to hear from you.
Call in next Cosmic Channel.
So these things, once they would eat the hearts of a knight and gain knighthood, was that their end goal? Like that was in game for them? They're like, huh.
Well, then they gain like supernatural powers at that point, so they can shapeshift into either large ravens or these kind of part human, part bird creatures. They would use the powers to perform malicious acts, is what they kind of coin them as, and then they could also lead people astray. So it's just kind of this I guess some kind of trickster, malevolent spirit creature.
Asshole bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like read that. That's such a broad like way to describe. I think they could lead people astray. Like, what do you mean? Like off the trail in the woods, or like, fuck up their life goals? What does it mean? What does that mean? Right? Are they playing short game or long game with these people? How shitty are these birds?
Well, I mean, ravens are already one of the smartest birds, so they've probably been fucked with from humans so many times that when they turn into a Valraven, they just return the favor tenfold.
Just like land on your shoulder and give you fucking shitty stock tips.
Yeah. Buy game stock. Hold.
Yeah.
Hold. Don't worry about it.
To the moon.
The next creature that we would find that has a penchant for consuming the hearts of humans would be the ancient Egyptian goddess known as Ammit or Amot or Amhait. Amait? One of the things.
I might too.
Yeah. It's a fairly short name, which actually is generally translated in Egyptian to devourer, or AKA the devourer of the dead, AKA devourer of millions, AKA demoness of death, AKA demoness of the underworld, AKA eater of hearts, bone eater, eater of souls, greatness
Jesus.
of death, and dweller or devourer in Amenta.
She's got more fucking names than
ready.
she's got more names than Puff Daddy.
Well,
Jesus.
dude,
Yeah.
that's what you get when you have a creature that's crocodile, hippopotamus, and lion all rolled up into one.
Can I
Nasty
make
bastard.
one thing from the pictures?
Sure.
It's the worst part of the hippopotamus.
The back end.
Yeah.
I always thought you would have loved that.
Yeah,
Is
the
there
big
any
old
more
booty.
juicy cheeks than a fucking hippopotamus's?
Big old booty.
It's true. It's true. I guess a lot of power in those
In those glutes, man.
glutes.
Oh,
yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's generally thought that the kind of the shape of Ammit is, or the appearance of Ammit is based on rolling all of the three deadliest creatures in Egypt, or what Egyptians were familiar with, and creating this. If you were going to have a spirit or a creature that embodied divine retribution, all the things that you were afraid of, those are the creatures that you want.
Hippos are mean as fuck.
They're terrible.
Dude,
they're responsible
so
for the
mean.
most deaths in Africa. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Like they
We
kill
should do a
everything.
case file on Western society's like love of hippos and like are hyping
Do we
them
have
as
a
these
love of
cute
hippos?
things.
Well, people think they're cute.
I don't
like,
love hippos.
save the
Say, I don't
hippos.
love hippos.
No, hippos fuck shit up.
Scary, man. I remember seeing one in the Calgary Zoo for the first time. Scared the shit out of me.
Now, I don't know if this is fact, but I'm going to say it as if it is. But you're more likely to die from a hippo attack than a shark attack.
100%.
I mean, yeah.
500. Quick search. 500 hippo kills a year on humans.
Wow.
Yes,
Fuck.
they're extraordinarily territorial. They're extraordinarily aggressive. And they cruise, man. Those things are fast. They're deceptively fast.
Bring it back to the glutes.
in the water
Well,
and on land.
Just
Dude,
like
that's
me.
where all the power comes from. The glutes.
They're my spirit animal. You wouldn't expect
could
them to
be.
move so fast on land, but
No.
god damn.
No.
Can you move
You're
fast
like a sloth
under the
or some
water?
shit.
Even quicker.
Yeah, he just slides on the top of it like he has a belly board type thing. Greases
But
himself
getting
up
to
and
the-
then takes off.
Heart of the matter. Ammit was known to sit
Nice.
beneath the scales of justice in the afterlife. So when you would die as an Egyptian, you would go before Osiris, the god of the dead, and then you would have your kind of your good deeds and your bad deeds weighed against a feather from the goddess, from the headband of Ma'at, who's like the goddess of justice. And so they put the feather on the one scale, and then you would weigh your bad deeds against the other. If it came out about even or somewhat well balanced,
Bad deeds. I mean, like from my readings, it was like it's your actual heart. Like your heart weighed against the feather. And if your heart was not pure, fucking hippo boy slug it down.
well, yeah, your heart, which is filled with the kind of story, your good karma or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. There are other interpretations where in the afterlife you would kind of argue your deeds or your lifetime, against Thoth, who is the god of like kind of knowledge and things like that, who would kind of be your prosecutor. So you'd be arguing as to why you would be admitted to the, what do they call them? Like the field of grain or the field of reeds, which is the kind of the good life, the heaven.
I thought that was Sobek, though. I thought was Sobek that did that devoured you if your soul was deemed evil.
Was probably
Sobek. Sobek is the
crocodile, the Nile
right,
crocodile.
but I don't think it's Amit is the devourer, but
That's
Sobek
weird.
does. I think his purview is another one.
Maybe
It's
that's
another thing.
mythology from different.
No, Sobek
like
is an
times.
Egyptian god, but I just
No, Sobek is he's the one I remember when they're. Anyways, I'll
So
have to look that up.
basically, if Amit would eat it, they said it was like a second death, and your soul would be doomed to be restless forever.
doomed to wander the earth for eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Sometimes.
suck.
So you die. You're on the river down to the underworld. You have your heart weighed, and they just huck it over their shoulder to fucking Amit.
Yep.
All right.
Just
who
like smack
here-
it off there. Thunk.
Anyone's here, Amit's eating all our hearts, right? We can pretty much agree universally on that.
No, what are you talking about?
Amit's a good buddy.
Yeah,
Back in the
my
day.
boy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Buddies, yeah.
Kidding me? You're going to tip the
Yeah.
fucking scales.
No,
Argue for a
You,
mistrial. This whole court's out of
Hey.
order.
Can't talk your way out of Amit there, buddy. he sees through your bullshit.
we're buddies.
So after Amit eats your heart, your soul just wanders this realm for eternity.
Yeah,
And
you're
you
pretty
know
much
Brain's
yeah.
getting eaten because he'd be objectifying Amit right when he'd get the opportunity. Right when he's weighing his heart, fucking Brain's
be
gonna
like,
be making a comment about his
"Damn!
cheeks.
Those glyphs
Exactly.
don't do you justice.
I will not be objectified by you, buddy. I'm gonna chomp your ass.
Give him a big on the ass.
Give him a little clap on the way by.
Yeah. Let's get a motoring.
All right, let's move on to another one. The old succubus.
The classic succubus. I don't know if we've talked about succubuses before.
I don't think we ever have. I
I
was
think
trying to.
we've probably mentioned them at some point because I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know you can go through most of your life without hearing or talking about a succubus at some point.
Yeah.
Whether you know one personally, perhaps, or metaphorically.
That's what I mean. Yeah, metaphorically, like everyone is always people talk about succubuses or incubuses.
Yeah.
Depending.
Right. So the male counterpart to the succubus being the incubus. All right. So specifically succubus, I'm actually not 100% sure which comes first. The succubi, I guess, with succubi being plural. So you have the succubi or like the incubus. I feel like the incubus popped up later in folklore than the succubus. I feel like the succubus has been around a lot longer.
Well, like you can bring succubuses back to like fucking the Garden of Eden, can you not?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, the first instance of incubi are actually 2400 BC. So when is succubus? It's 1400. So it's actually, I think incubus are older.
Right. So, I'm saying it depends on which succubi you kind of go by, whether it's like the incarnation or what the original concept of succubuses are. Because the original concept of a succubus, a kind of lady demon, goes all the way back to Sumerian culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at with incubus too. Is the
Okay. So then,
same
yeah.
thing.
So then they probably rose probably at the same time.
Now, when I
Sure.
think of a succubus, I think of like a sexy demon lady with
Megan Fox.
scantily clad with her little bat wings,
Yeah,
speaking whispers into your ear, and next thing you know,
her little bat wings that are, there's no way they're gonna lift her off the ground.
you got to beat him real fast.
Vestigial. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, she lures you. You do something you shouldn't have, and then she steals your soul. Boom.
that's what I want to know. Like when I was doing reading on this, everything I read and like the origins of the succubus is that they were fucking nasty, horrible creatures that were not good looking at all. Like I want to know when they became sexy.
Yeah, they used to be referred to as like terrifying monsters with like 3 sets of boobs.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
Yeah, they used to have like bird
Nice.
legs or goat legs and just really nasty, sharp 2 rows of teeth and all this kind of weird shit. It's just like, this doesn't sound pleasant at all. When I think of succubuses, this is, I'm on board with Zell's description.
Yeah, Megan Fox. What was that
I mean,
movie
you
called?
don't see giant 3-boobed horrors on the cover of like death metal albums. Like you see the sex or power metal albums. You see the sexy succubus.
Oh man, we should have had RT Graver or whatever his name is come in as an expert on succubuses.
Oh shit!
We blew it.
We did blow it.
Fuck's sake.
Shout out to his book Succubus.
Check it out.
Out now. Check it out. But like succubus means to lie beneath. Is it?
Right.
No. Yeah.
It comes from the Latin.
And then incubus is to lie upon.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So either way, you're getting missionary. It's going to be boring.
What? No, that's bullshit. If I'm going to get my soul sucked away from me, it better be some freaky shit. Like, that's not fair.
Well, hey, I don't write Latin. The rules were set.
I don't agree with it. I don't like it.
So according to Jewish folklore, the Lilin, which are like succubuses are considered a kind of category of Lilin demon, are actually the daughters of Lilith and Adam. And I think most people have, well, maybe not everybody, because some people in this podcast haven't heard about Rumpelstiltskin. So maybe not everybody knows
Hey.
about Lilith.
I've seen Supernatural, Dan. I know all about Lilith.
Okay, all right.
Lilith,
so,
I
yeah.
slayed
All right.
Lilith in Diablo 2 or Diablo 3.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yes.
She was like the Uber boss.
So you're familiar with Lilith, but not the story of Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah. I'm not childish.
They're both made up stories, so who cares?
Are
I'm
they?
an adult.
If you don't know who Lilith is, in the like Jewish folklore, Lilith was the first wife of Adam. A lot of modern interpretations, or some of the there are some stories that have her perhaps being banished from the Garden of Eden for not wanting
Being
to
subservient.
right, not wanting to be second to Adam, wanting to be equal, so they cast her out.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I don't like. I see where she's coming from. She was made from the same fucking clay that Adam was.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, she's got a point.
Does have a
Why
point.
does she need to be so like bullshit? Why? Why you want to follow that guy? I don't get it. He's a dick.
So, I mean, her story is very similar to other figures in, ancient mythology. You have, creatures like Medusa, like the Gorgons, things like that. I would think those would kind of be
Sirens too, right?
mhm. Yeah. So any of those ones where it's kind of like a female creature luring, men to their death with either promises of freaky sex or whatever, So it's not. It's been around for a really long time, and succubus is just like it's almost like I feel like it's ingrained in our culture. Like it's just like everybody kind of knows what it is, whether if you don't really know, you know what it means. Like if somebody calls their girlfriend a succubus, you might know. But then I go, I guess context is important.
Yeah.
So you might be like, she's a succubus, might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing.
Depends which part. Yeah. Which part of the succubus tale are you talking about?
It's like if she's got 3 sets of saggy tits and goat feet, then it's like the bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Bad
and then
version.
she's still having sex with you. She's just manipulating you psychically, so you don't get no pleasure out of it. And she just what do they do? They steal your semen and make little monster babies, or what?
Okay, listen, come on. We're being a little harsh here. We've all been at fucking flashbacks at 2:15 a.m. The music stops and it's still dark, and you got to fucking pull a trigger.
Well, that's
You
not
know
a
what I mean?
succubus because you're making that decision.
Well, I mean, she's making me make that decision.
But she's psychically manipulating you.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
fucking shaking those fucking set of 3 she's got there, and
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
2 rows of teeth.
You got to slay a few dragons before you get your princess. All right.
Or in that case, a couple succubus.
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 But hey,
Just a
listen,
succubus dressed up as a 9.
not everybody has had a raw deal from a succubus, though. Have you guys heard of the story of Pope Sylvester II?
I have not.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So back in the early thousands, they're on his deathbed. Pope Sylvester II confessed that a succubus named Mary Diana helped him rise through the ranks of the Catholic Church and become Pope. Apparently, he met her when she was young, and she kind of offered right away. She's like, "Listen, I can help you get everything you've ever dreamed of. You just have to fucking be loyal to me for the rest of your life. And he agreed, and it all worked out for him. And on his deathbed, he confessed all this shit. And this is legit.
And then he still gets to go to heaven.
Yeah.
I consorted with demons, but I repented on my deathbed. So
Just got to say
That's fine.
sorry.
He's Catholic.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's okay.
groovy.
Now, quick side note. I'm like, doesn't it make more sense to not live a Catholic lifestyle and just repent before I die? I'm just saying.
Not if you have a sudden death.
Doesn't matter
then-
if you're not Catholic.
It's true.
You'd have
What
to
if I
fucking be
repent before
baptized.
bed?
You'd have to be baptized on your deathbed and then repent. And everything.
Easy.
It seems-
What's the Catholic's view on bastards?
You're dead.
God
I'm,
damn,
I'm dead too, though. Then
sucks.
But like, it makes you wonder. It's like, do you think? Here's a question for you guys. Now, do you think that maybe he summoned a demon and a succubus appeared because he wanted to become fucking pope, or do you think he just randomly ran into a succubus on his way home from school?
I don't know. It makes me question when you see really powerful men with really powerful women that have like just been by their side. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of wonder, like, could we attribute some of them succubi?
or incubi.
Or just so all power
yeah.
couples are succubuses?
No, I'm not saying power couples, but I mean, you always hear stories of like, you know, whatever so and so became rich and he's still with this one person that from, you know, that he met eons ago. I can't think of any
Or it could just be a
example right
healthy
now.
relationship for successful people. Either or.
Wait. So are you saying that this hypothetically that there's this guy?
I'm
is
saying
with
the
a
only
girl-
way to become successful is to find yourself a succubus and commit yourself to it for life and repent on your deathbed. That's it.
And that's to become pope,
Yeah, you ride it to your pope.
right? To your pope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Pope Braden,
Yeah.
Wise words from
2034.
got a lot of work to do.
Buddy, I'm for first round Pope too. You see that white smoke right away. Where's the black smoke? Whatever the smoke,
Whatever the good
Right away.
smoke is.
whatever the good smoke is,
I thought it was red
you'll see it.
smoke.
Red smoke,
That was
I don't
black smoke for death of Pope, white smoke for new Pope.
new
There you
Pope.
go.
Red
Yeah,
smoke
white smoke.
red smoke for succubus.
Red smoke
pope.
means something's fucking wrong.
Yeah, something's burning there.
Okay, so I think we've summed up everything with succubus.
Well, and
Braden's-
Incubus is the exact same, but obviously they are demons that target females. So male
Okay.
form, same thing, little baby wings.
Yeah. Or sometimes they are a succubus that has turned into an incubus.
So they
Interesting.
they first seduce a man, switch into an
Right.
incubus, seduce a female,
Right.
harvest both egg and semen, and produce little demon spawn children.
Or take the juice from the dude, get the juice to the lady. Lady has his baby.
And I know the ladies listening are wondering, well, how do I know if I'm dealing with an incubus? Well, you can identify them by their unnaturally large or cold penis. Zell.
Cold?
How do you know it's cold?
How do you know that?
We're getting into
Well,
some
we've
weird
already established
territory.
the podcast. He's a bottom, so all right.
All right. Oh,
He's
got the-
like, I've sat next to you. I've stood next to you on a crowded bus.
So the only way to tell if it's an incubus, they have a large penis, but it's ice cold, is what you're saying.
It's ice cold. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you have it. That should be easy to identify.
Yeah. Just
Well,
so
yeah,
you know.
I guess. Dude, seriously though, you would for sure, because most of the time, as we all know, we got to fucking make the excuse that we're in the pool,
Yeah.
right? Because when it's cold, that shit fucking. It's the same as Sporsween. It just like fucking inverts
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
It's
So
got-
remember, if he's
Disappears.
packing 9-inch ice, he ain't
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
If he goes in the pool and comes out and he's fine, incubus.
Incubus. It all makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
judging by that theory, then a succubus would have an ice cold vagina. That's what you're saying.
I think that is one of their qualities, actually.
If going by that theory, if an incubus and succubus can
Interesting.
turn into each other, and one has an ice penis, one's got to have an ice vagina. It only makes sense.
Right.
So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, succubuses are described having ice cold vaginas.
we're adding to the fandom of succubus right now. This is going to be updated to the internet.
This is all legit. This is facts. We're not updating nothing.
Frosty Weens and Frosty Vagines.
Yeah.
All right.
Braden's experienced both an incubus and a succubus, I guess.
You never transformed. I mean,
How do you know? All right.
all right, what else
he
we
always
got?
turned the lights off.
All right. Before we would derail ourselves any farther, we're going to take a quick beer break and we're going to move on with some more cryptids. Be right back.
Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today. That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
So, not all our monsters are only about eating hearts and icy weens and frosty vagines. We can also talk about the story about the beautiful young woman named Maynak. This is a story from Thailand. It's a good bit of a ghost story. So, there was a young woman who lived on the banks of the Prakanang Canal, which is in near Bangkok, and she had recently married a young man named Mak, and Mak went on to be conscripted into the Thai army at the time.
Sounds like you're the guy from fucking the room, Mac. Oh, hi, Mac.
Well, it's M-A-K. It's just Mac.
Oh, hi, Mac. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mac.
If anybody hasn't watched the movie, there's a Thai movie that came out recently, probably just like 2 or 3 years ago, called P Mak, and it's fucking hilarious. Like it's about this specific story, which is a kind of a classic ghost story told in Thailand. And what happens is that while Mak is away at fighting in the war at the time, I think it was during the events are believed to happen during the rule of King Rama IV. Just a couple. Like 17. I don't know.
How many kings have there been?
It's been a couple because they're on King Rama the 11th or 10th now. So that's King Rama the 10th, but it's been a couple. So Mak is off fighting, and while he's off fighting, Maynak dies in childbirth with his son. And so when he returns, he doesn't know that she's died, but she's there to welcome him when he gets back. He goes on living with her for days, for weeks, right? And the villagers actually know that Maynak has actually died. They know that she has passed away, and they try to tell him about that her dying, but eventually she kills each villager that tries to tell Mak about her being dead. And the only way that he finds out that she has become a spirit of some type is that she drops something and it almost goes into the canal, and she's the type of ghost. I actually forget off the top of my head what they're called, but I don't think they specifically have a name, but this type of spirit has very elongated arms, and she kind of reaches out like Mr. Fantastic style and grabs something to keep it to prevent it from falling into the canal. And he sees that, and so Mak eventually just kind of, he books it. He's like, nope, fuck this. I'm living with the ghost. Pulls an Andrew, says, I gotta go pee. And he fucking takes off.
You're not
sprint.
Reed Richards. This doesn't make sense. I'm fucking out of here.
Which is quite sad. And then he ends up taking he ends up taking shelter in a Buddhist temple, and there is a priest there which ends up exorcising the spirit of Maynok. And then there are differing accounts and there's different interpretations of what happens to her. Some is that she is actually imprisoned, her spirit is exorcised and then placed inside a small bone of some type that the priest used, and it is actually kept as a relic now to one of the powerful families that still exist in Thailand. Actually have this relic, which they believe is the actual the remnant of Maynok's spirit imprisoned inside of it forever.
Oh, so
It's
where's the jar now?
So you're saying there's a chance she gets out?
There's actually a story where she does get released, and then she's actually released from her first. Because there's differing accounts. There's some that she was imprisoned like in a jar of some type or something like that, and then she got out at some point, and then another Buddhist priest had to come in and then imprison her again. So
right,
yeah. So she still exists. Perhaps she's still a popular figure in Thai folklore. Like I said, they just made a movie about her. There's tons of movies about this type of creature that is usually produced during. Thai folklore has a ton of these spirits, which are usually vengeful after they've either died in childbirth or if they've been betrayed by the one that they love. These kinds of things happen, more often than not. So you have these spirits born of jealousy, of longing for those that they love, and then
Jealousy will do that.
Yeah, brings out the worst in you.
Yes, not a good look.
And also sometimes give you stretchy arms, I guess. So. I don't know. But if anybody wants a funny movie to watch, it's actually it's a comedy movie, but it's
about this ghost.
Funny. Yeah, it's called P-Mock, and it's just it's actually a really funny movie about this specific story. Very popular.
Would you say it's Sanuk Mok?
I would say it's Sanuk Mok Mok, yes.
Sanuk Mok Mok.
Nice. Next up, keeping with kind of that part of the world, we have the Mandurugo. I don't know if that's the exact how you pronounce it. I have no idea. And it's a variety of an asswang, which we've talked about before.
And what's an asswang?
I have no idea. I know we talked about it before.
It's the same thing that Rumpelstiltskin is.
They're like shape-shifting evil creatures.
Sure.
Right? Bloodsuckers, just shapeshifters. Now, these Mandurugos in Philippine folklore, they usually, are young, beautiful women by day, but develop wings, long, sharp tongues by night. And they have, one of the things that I loved is they have wings on their back and on their buttocks. So just wings, and then a set of smaller wings to make sure their ass is in the air as well when they're taking off.
So you got like wings and a tail rotor.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Two smaller wings.
It makes sense in aerodynamics.
Yeah, you got to keep stable. Yeah. Without it, you'd just be spinning around in circles.
The Mandurugo, they have like sharp tongues, and so they'll cut the inside of your mouth or prick your neck, and they drink your blood. Now,
it's like a vampire bat. Yeah,
kind of, yes. And there's two different kinds. There's the Mandurugos that will marry an unsuspecting man and prey upon them until they die, right. Usually very quickly. There's a great tale where this young beautiful woman marries this young kind of chubby guy, and within a year, this chubby guy has...
Are you talking about your marriage, Braden?
No, this chubby guy's withered away into nothing.
I know you've been getting pretty skinny.
You're getting skinny, Braden. It's all coming together here.
I've been coming back here, boys. Fat Braden's back.
Skinny Braden is waiting until April to lose it again.
And basically, once this guy dies, she marries again. And the next husband dies within a year. And she has a third husband. And the third husband dies within a year. She marries a fourth husband. And the fourth husband starts to see these effects. Like he's starting to waste away way. He starts to hear things in the night. He starts to see these pricks on his neck and, cuts on the inside of his mouth. So he actually goes to sleep with a knife because he's scared that something's attacking him. And one night he wakes up hearing something and just plunges the knife into the chest of this demon that he sees. And it screeches, flaps its ass wings, and flies out the window. And he wakes up. He's like, holy shit, where's my wife's gone? Like, oh, I can't believe I just stabbed this thing. And the next day, his wife is found not far from the house, dead with a knife wound in her chest. So that's where
And
kind
then
of
he
the
gets
legend
arrested.
comes from. Yeah, he gets arrested. That's murder, brother. You're done. 25 to life. Philippines, death penalty.
No, listen. She had wings on her ass.
Yeah.
Okay? She flew out the fucking window.
Get your story straight, brother. Right?
All right, man.
That's where that legend comes from. But there are legends of like Mandarugos who play the long game where they pick one husband and they'll just drain you enough to like keep you alive for your whole entire normal life.
Sounds pretty standard marriage right there.
Yeah. That's pretty standard.
slow drain.
Just-
But it's a lot of them was like, it's tongue kissing. Tongue kissing's dangerous activity with a Mandarugo. That's where they sometimes, you got an extra long tongue. You never know. Get some little scrapes in your mouth. They're sucking blood away from you. That's why I never French kiss.
keep that tongue
You can
out of my
never
mouth.
be too careful, in my opinion.
Yeah, you get a little slice on the inside of your cheek, start stealing life force from you. You're dead within a year.
Just watch out for those ass wings.
Ass
Gentlemen.
wings.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
ass
that's where
wings
the
with
term-
ass wings, man.
Yeah. I
Ass
think
wings
that's
with
where-
ass wings.
Yeah, stay away from them.
I like it. I imagine, let's say, it like gives them a little flying, like,
Just ass in the air.
ass in the air, like a helicopter kind of, right?
Mhm.
Moving,
Like the
propelling
back wings are
forward.
flapping like a lot faster, like
Yeah,
than the front ones.
that's how I like to picture it.
no, I couldn't remember, so I had to quickly look it up. Asswang is just like the general term for Filipino cryptid, like that's their term
Yeah.
for cryptid.
It's like, yeah, they're like ass wings are like the type of vampire creature. I think they're like this. Yeah,
They say like it's a umbrella term for shape-shifting creatures such as vampires, ghouls, witches.
right.
So I was right when I
beasts.
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so it's a type of ass wing.
this type of asswang is the Wandurugo, slipping tongue, stealing your life force. If you, Brayden, how can you tell if you're dating a Mandarugo?
I don't know. I mean, you got to look at the signs. If you're losing a lot of weight and you're not doing making healthy choices, and you're like, God damn. Well, one, you should go to a doctor because that's not a healthy sign.
You're
First and
either
foremost,
dating an ass wang or you have cancer.
or you have cancer.
choices here.
But you're waking up, you got little pricks on your neck, small cuts, scratches on your body that you didn't go to bed with. That you can't explain. You're dating an ass wang, brother. Get out.
Get out.
I don't know if there's any male ass wangs.
Like an incubus to a succubus?
Yes.
I'm sure there is. We didn't
Has to be.
we didn't dive that far down, but I mean if it's just like a cryptid with a tongue that cuts and then they drain your blood, it could easily just as well be a guy.
Yeah. Very true.
Boom. I think that's pretty much the list of blood-sucking cryptids we came up with for this Valentine's Day. I don't think, did we have any other stories we wanted to touch on?
I don't think we have any other lovely heart-stealing, heart-eating creatures.
I mean, we're talking about cryptids, but every man or every woman knows someone, a friend of a friend who had this happen in real life. So careful out there. Make sure you make the right decision with your future plans, with your significant other.
This Valentine's Day.
This Valentine's
little
Day.
doom and gloom.
Or at least make it worth it. No, that missionary shit.
All right. Well, in that case, why don't we fire up the randomatron and see what comes out? Maybe punch it in for space news. I think we got some good space news. Let's see what it spits out.
Randomatron Space News. Okay, here we go. You ask and it will obey.
Space news.
Space now.
We thought the moon was made of cheese. We thought the moon was hollow. We were all wrong. Balloon moon. You heard it here. Cosmonaut Sergei Sverchekov shared a video of an unusual moon setting that the moon appears to deflate as it disappears behind the horizon.
Flat
Right? They're
Earth.
packing it up for the night, letting the air out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is incredible cosmic phenomenon known as orbital sunset of the moon. You can look up the video, and it looks like the moon straight up loses air. It's actually
How convenient that
Yeah,
science has a
wow.
way to explain something so strange.
pancake moon. It does, like, as you watch the video, hashtag look it up. You can
It
type
looks.
in deflate gate, I think.
Deflategate.
I imagine the moon would pop up first, but you can watch it. The moon appears as it drifts down below the horizon, seemingly just lets out its air and slowly shrivels and widens as it passes the horizon.
Yeah, you can either say that's we're watching a hologram, or you can say that they're saying that the moon sets in the horizon over two different medians of space, and it's just a distortion through the atmosphere, which gives it a.
I'm saying
melting
that moon is a
pancake.
giant balloon, and it's only 3,000 feet in the air, and they're deflating it for the night.
Changing moons, upgrading.
Changing moons.
Checks
Yeah.
out. Checks out.
It is
That one's sprang a leak. The new one's being inflated over the horizon, over the ice wall.
Let's ship it back. We'll have a full moon in 28 days.
Yep, exactly.
Be coming right back.
What else did we want to go through here? NASA chooses SpaceX to launch $99 million astrophysics mission. SphereX is slated to take off as soon as June 2024. This is good news for SpaceX. I mean, goddamn, if that
Killing
company
it.
ever goes public, I'm in. Forget GameStop, SpaceX.
Well, you could not SpaceX. You bought into Tesla a couple years ago, you'd be rich.
Yeah. But I mean, SpaceX is like, it's the pioneer right now. It's getting all these government contracts. So this mission, dubbed SphereX, which stands for Spectrophotometer for the History of the Universe, Epoch of Reionization, and ICE's Explorer. That's a fucking wordy name.
That is.
I think they just threw all that stuff together just so they get SphereX. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I
that's
think they just. Yeah.
SphereX is going to look for water and organic molecules in areas where stars are formed from gas and dust, as well as disks around stars where new planets could be forming.
Boom.
The mission's going to allow astronomers to collect data on more than 300 million galaxies and more than 100 million stars in the Milky Way. So
It's pretty much scanning the sky in near infrared light to help answer
$100
questions.
million well spent, in my opinion.
Yep. I think so. If I could see that many galaxies and planets, it's fucking rad.
Yeah, if we get a better idea on how galaxies and the universe formed, why not? Sign me up.
Do you guys have any space news that you wanted to talk about from the ones I posted?
The UAE is going to be the first of the missions launched last summer to land on Mars, hopefully. So the UAE's first mission to Mars, Hope, the probe is supposed to reach there February 9th. What's the date today? 8. So tomorrow, upon recording this, Tuesday, February 9th, the UAE's probe Hope is supposed to hopefully engage in Mars orbit. It's a 50-50 chance, but it'll be the first time they make it there. China, and United States all launch missions back in the summer because that's when Earth and Mars, the distance would have been the shortest. So they're all this one's supposed to land first, and the other ones are supposed to land within the next 2 weeks. So we'll see if they're successful, hopefully getting some more info of that big old dead rock that we hope to install the future of humanity upon. If you talk to Musk.
The UAE, they get a ton of money. I'm surprised we don't hear more stuff like this coming from them. Like with the amount of money they have to kind of...
Well, they're new to the space programs, like space race to...
Yeah.
But yeah.
They got Lamborghini police cars, so I figure they could...
Their spaceships are gold plated.
Yeah.
Which actually probably would be a good use for gold plating. Would probably be in space.
Their Mars rovers are just like Ferraris.
Got spinners on them.
Damn, they look good. They're not there to like do any research. They're just there to take photo
it's
ops.
space, bro. It looks good.
Just
It's number one good. It looks good.
Photo
like
ops for Instagram.
high grade, like carbon fiber, matte black.
It's good. It looks nice. You smoke hookah out of it. It's number one good. Best space rover ever.
Anyways, if they're successful, they'll be the fifth nation to send a probe to Mars. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Check back next week on Space News.
Mars is getting pretty crowded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going after all those chocolate bars.
We should buy some property on Mars, I think.
Yeah, no problem.
Done a hard enough time buying property here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can probably get it for pennies on the dollars, boys.
Probably buy yourself a fucking 10,000 acre plot.
Well, pennies don't even exist. Nickels on the dollars.
Yeah, pennies are old news.
Dead. All right. Do we refire up the Randomatron? How does this week? Does it spit anything else out?
It should have sent you 2.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I didn't even see it. Oh, hold on. It's a lot of paperwork get spat out at me here. This is a fan submission. This is from... this is great. First off, this person not only is allowing me to use their name, but also spelt out their name and then spelt it phonetically.
Phonetic spelling.
How I should
Fantastic.
say it. So his name is Dustin Bagby. So I think I fucking nailed it. Right after high school, my best friend moved into a small apartment in the basement of his grandparents' house. In the winter months here in central Indiana, his grandparents would stay at their house in Florida. So for several months, the upstairs wasn't occupied. Almost daily, however, we'd hear various sounds coming up from upstairs. Footsteps, doors closing, cracking, and creaking. We would occasionally venture upstairs, where there was more room to play cards, watch movies, etc. It got even more weird upstairs. Curtains would move, lights would flicker, and you could still hear footsteps and other noises, even in rooms we were in. My friend was absolutely terrified and always shut down any half-hearted attempt I made at reaching out to whatever was there. And to be clear, I am 100% an atheist and total skeptic to the spiritual activity and the like. Well, one night, we were all around the table playing cards, and my buddy pointed out the curtains in the living room were moving. We were all seated at the table, so there was no way any of us could have caused it. So jokingly, I yelled out, "All right, motherfucker, we know you're there, show yourself." Almost instantly, there was a loud bang, like someone dropped a bowling ball on the floor of the dining room we were in. That instantly solidified that something was fucking wrong in that house, and we quit joking around about it. His younger brother lives in the apartment now and claims the noises are still happening to this day. Fuck that house.
No,
that's from
kidding.
Dustin Bagby. What fucking terrifying. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
no thank you.
As soon as you're in a situation where you can call out and it reacts, like stop calling out.
Well, he called you, man. He called your bluff. You try to be all hard and be like, yeah, you want some, motherfucker? And then it drops something. You're like, just kidding. No, I don't.
Take it back.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to raise my voice. I'm sorry. You want this house? Have this house. All right. Talk to you later.
Awesome. All right. I'm giving out a theorite of the week. We didn't talk about it before, but I know you're all going to agree with me, I think. 2-time theorite of the week, I believe.
Two-time.
Darius on Instagram for drawing Zeltron.
Yes.
And Mongoose the Saiyan. And he drew you with Vegeta armor, he didn't draw you as Krillin, though he thought he should.
Why would he?
But he said he
wouldn't do that.
I would have
been funny
because I'm nothing like Krillin.
I'm not
Well,
you
can't see the dots, but he's wearing a hat.
There ain't no dots. Look at come real quick.
bring in there.
I don't see no dots.
Says direct quote though from
King Kai. Don't give me any of that.
from Darius. Direct quote. I'm not gonna lie. I was very tempted to do it in a Krillin outfit.
I don't get it. I'm not even the
Solid.
shortest guy in the podcast. I shouldn't be Krillin. Okay.
But you're the baldest
Simple as
guy.
that. No, I'm not. You want to play that game?
Oh,
You want to play that game?
who's the baldest?
Why don't you pull that fucking nice little comb over your hairdresser just gave you? Show everybody that bad boy. Yeah, thanks. I shaved my head. I embraced it.
Yeah,
There's tons of, look at
he got rid of it early.
Come on.
He's got lots of hair
Look at
up
all
there
that
still
hair.
though.
Look at all that shadow.
You got a lot of hair.
Thick, beautiful, luscious.
You still,
I just look good with the shaved head.
you still look. You would have a lot of hair if you grew it out.
I've got a little bit of fucking Bruce Willis from Die Hard 1. That's all it is. It's just raising a little bit here. That's all it is.
Nothing wrong with going bald.
No.
Nothing wrong with going bald at all.
Got Braden over here. Looking like he's had fucking 6 months of chemo talking shit.
Dude, hey, listen, I'm very excited to go to Göbekli Tepe.
100%. We're coming back with afros.
Very excited. I'm going to be coming back
calf
looking like
implants.
fucking Adonis.
Oh, yeah. Getting hair plugs and
Fucking
calf
Samus.
implants.
What's the guy with the fucking powerful hair?
Power.
Samson.
Samson. That's
Samson
going to be
and
me when I come
Delilah,
back.
She says Samus,
Samus, like the fucking warrior.
like Metroid.
Dan, I think we've established
Samus a
this
girl?
case file that I do not know any classical stories.
This is true.
Or stories
slightest.
of
Yeah.
many kinds.
You got to take that filter off, man. You're giving me a headache. Got to get rid of it.
What?
It's killing me.
It looks so painful.
I kind of look like Justin Gaethje.
No, you don't. You look like fucking Steve Buscemi from
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds or whatever it is.
We're mainly an audio medium, and Braden puts on these filters, and like nobody's seen them except for like
I know.
the 17 people who are watching
Hey,
the stream.
I do them for our Patreon fans because they're funny.
It's just fucking gross.
They make you laugh the most, and that's the best part.
Yeah. Listen, I know all the people that vote for me in the polls are Patreon supporters. So
You lost your title.
Enough
Braden,
of the polls. The
Braden
polls
would
are
be
done.
further ahead in the polls if more people watch the streams.
Listen, after the numerous amount of comments about fucking Zell's ween from Braden, everybody knows Zell's going to be the number one fucking theorist after
hey,
this.
I'm trying to pump the numbers.
No,
I
I
love
the
icy
numbers.
weens.
I like to
You're
stick.
trying to pump more than that.
I like to stick at the bottom of the show, so there's no expectations. So that's 3 polls in the row with your boy Zell, 4th place.
Consistent.
No big deal.
Consistency.
Consistent is key.
From 0 to 0, baby.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
just like that.
All right. So we got theory of the week. What else do we got to do at the end of these things? Patreon supporters.
All right. If you're not supporting the show already, do it. Patreon.com/Alien Theorist Podcast.
Do it.
Early access, bonus material, Discord, all the good shit.
$10 tier gets you to vote. You get a vote every end of the month. You get the
Yeah.
fan pick subtopic.
100%.
We just started it last month.
Oh, and don't forget Cosmic Channel.
Oh, shit. Wait.
Oh, you
Stop
didn't
the
announce?
presses.
Stop.
Shut it
Shut
down.
it down.
January meat draw winner Janelle C. I don't know if I can use her last name. I should have asked her before I fucking announced it on the Instagram. Janelle C won the meat draw. She got herself a sweater. I blew a button on my shirt.
Yes, you did.
Got so excited.
I'll just cover it up on the mic. I got too excited.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Janelle C. Listen, that's how I know there's no succubus. Right there. You know when I bought that shirt 6 months ago? It fit like perfect. Janelle C won the meat draw. She got herself a sweater with the design of her choice, a mug with the design of her choice, a sticker of her choice, a t-shirt donated by fucking an absolute beauty, Trent R from Patreon, who donated his shirt that he was entitled to the meat draw.
That's awesome. Class act.
That's a beauty.
So, and she gets the book Succubus by R.T. Graver. Wicked meat draw this month. Next month is also looking good. The draw is going to start February 15th. So on Instagram and Facebook, look for it. Another Patreon beauty is also donating their shirt that month. Brock Masters, G, is donating the shirt that he's entitled to the meat draw. So you're going to get a sweater, a shirt, a mug, and a sticker. Absolutely awesome. So thanks to everyone, and congratulations to Janelle C.
Oh yeah. The meat draw stands for monthly exclusive alien theorist draw. Even though it shows us a whole chunk of meat on our post, some people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's an acronym. It's a good acronym.
If you don't know, you don't know. Too bad.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. I just learned that now. When did you guys come up with that? That's genius.
When we started it.
When we started,
came
really?
up with it.
Yeah.
I thought it was just meat draw because the fucking whole shtick with the meat draw.
It's meat draw m.e.a.t.
Right. So it's like monthly exclusive. We came up with it. It was pretty.
Yeah,
It was,
the
it was
monthly
organic. It was good.
exclusive alien theorist draw.
We might have been drunk, but we did come up with it.
Yeah, it's genius.
All right, this week's Patreon supporters: Epic Moon Pony, Braden Hearn,
Yeah.
Dylan Moore, Ben Kerr.
Dylan Less.
What?
That's Dylan Moore. Dylan Less.
Oh. I'm awesome. Oh, yearly pledge from Ben Kerr, Noma Fire, Raymond, Ansley, Gabriella, Carbone, Louis T,
It's
Saber
definitely not Carbone.
It's Carbone. It's exactly how it's spelled. Maybe there's an
A
accent.
carbon? Is the CR?
No, it has an E at the end. Carbone.
Okay. Carbon.
I don't make these up.
Carboni.
I don't make any of these names up. Logan Day.
Well, Ansley's probably Ainsley.
Logan Day. Sabertooth Tyler.
Oh, that's
Good
a
name.
dope
That's a
name.
good
That's a
name.
good name. That's the
Steven-
name of the week.
Stephen J. Hendricks Jr. Bella Fernandez went up. The Australian's back with a $25 pledge.
Australian's he's got a good name too.
Rhett Stanley, freaking Steve, and Eric Ringer. Thank you very much for supporting the show. If you want to look for the link, find it in the podcast description.
And as we always say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the... Wait a minute. HET Confidentials Wednesdays. Check them out. Keep those eyes on the skies!
The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place. The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.